Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. So today we're going to use some new products, the KVD Good Apple Foundation Balm, the Glaminatrix U Beauty Palette, and some other things that are new to me. So if you're interested in how I got this look, go ahead and just keep watching. Okay, so my face is moisturized and primed. I used the MAC Strobe cream in Silverlite to prime my face. That's why I'm like super shiny. And we're going to use the KVD Vegan Beauty Good Apple Foundation Balm. So I have used this before a couple of times and I like it, but I think that there's still, like, you have to, I don't know, it's not a, oh, that's perfect on me every time. So one of the reasons that I went in with my MAC Strobe cream is because it works best with a super hydrated, there's cat hair on my lip, super hydrated base. And the Strobe cream gives me that when I really need it. And then the other reason that I wanted to use the Good Apple Balm today is because I keep seeing people use it with a sponge. And when I first used it with a sponge, it was awful. And I liked it way better with a brush. So now I have a feeling that I am wrong. And I want to try it again with a sponge. So I went in like super hard with like the glowy, dewy base. So that I can make sure that this does work with a sponge. I have a wet sponge, damp sponge, and we're gonna see. I have the shade Medium 027, which is like a super, see, you can see I've used it. It's like a super neutral color, which I really like for me. Okay, I'm scared because this was so bad. So I went in on a sponge. Okay. Okay, that doesn't look bad. I don't know. I can't see myself close up yet. But it doesn't look bad far away. Went in again. I do really like this color. I think it's a pretty good, like, true neutral. A lot of neutrals end up being like peach or golden instead of more like gray or green. Sorry, they're little like air holes, air bubbles in the, anyway, so, okay, so this is definitely going better than the first time I used a sponge. I don't know if my sponge was too wet or too dry, or if my face was too dry before, or if I just like wasn't using enough. I'm not sure, but this seems fine. I'm gonna check close up in a second and see what I can see. And so I have dry skin. I need my foundations to do some of the work for me in helping me not look like I have super dry skin, but it's definitely like primers and bases that help with that the most. So to get this to be like the dewy full coverage thing I want it to be, I do need to depend on how I've primed my face first. Okay, so let's look up close and see what there is to see. There's cat hair stuck to my face, but aside from that, it does look a little heavy. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but it kind of looks a little heavy around here and on my forehead. I think you can see my lines. That's also something that I've just noticed more about my own face lately, is that my forehead lines are a little bit more pronounced than they once were. That's fine. It's been a couple of weeks of heavy scowling, so who can blame them? All right, we're just gonna let this sort of settle in and see what happens. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I did actually buy a backup of this since Becca's going away. I feel a little stupid for that, but there's nothing we can do about it now. But anyway, so I'm trying to use up the one that I already have. I do like applying this with my finger, but my little pot has gotten enough of a dip in it that I don't love putting my finger in it if my nails are a little bit longer, and they are a little bit longer right now. So I'm just focusing that like really where the darkness is in the corners of my eyes. And I don't use this like just as a concealer. I use it like as a brightener, and then I'll go over with concealer. So I don't like to put this on too heavy because like it does brighten, but if I just left it like that, I think it looks kind of jarring. Don't love it. I do have the new Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I got the tiny sample version of it because I wasn't certain that I would like it. I don't think that I love it. It's definitely less dry than the original. And that's why I didn't really love the original, is because it is pretty drying on me. This still dries down. Like, this doesn't stay super hydrated looking. It just doesn't emphasize like the creasing and creping as much as the original does. And so I don't know, I don't think it's different enough for me to be like, yes, this is the answer to what I wanted Shape Tape to be for me. So I'm glad I got the tiny one. I'm a little annoyed I got it when I did, because the full-size one was in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and it was like as much as the sample size was, so that was stupid, but it's fine. I don't need product that I don't need, so I don't need like a big tube of something that I only want a small tube's worth of, even if they are the same price. I'm just gonna tap this in with a sponge this time. So as I was getting ready to do this video, I've been trying to wear sunscreen every day because I'm supposed to. It's the right thing to do. I get it. Every single time I apply sunscreen, I get it in my eye. And my eyes are so sensitive. And so getting sunscreen in them is just like the worst thing in the fucking world. And this eye got sunscreen in it. I don't know how. I tried so hard. And just started to water like crazy. So then this eye started to sympathy water. It was a mess, and I had to just like wait it out. And now my eyes are still kind of red and kind of puffy, but that's what it is. So that's the Tarte Creamy Shape Tape. It's fine. I don't love it. I'll use it, but I don't think I'll buy it again. What else is, oh, okay. So I do have some other things that are new and kind of exciting, and nope, okay. So I have the NARS, what are they calling this? Sunkissed Bronzing Cream. And I got this at Nordstrom. It's exclusive to Nordstrom right now. Usually stuff that's exclusive to Nordstrom won't go to Sephora or Ulta, but it will eventually go to the NARS website. I really like it. I really like it. I was shocked at how much I like it. I got mine in the shade Casino instead of Laguna, so it only comes in 2 shades. Casino is darker, but it also has a more red undertone to it, and Laguna is a little bit more like orange. Yeah, it has a scent, and I think it's their like Manoi scent. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think that's what that scent is though. And I like the scent, and it's not too strong. This bronzing cream, when you touch it, it seems really emollient, and then when you like go to swatch it, it like turns into like a silicone-y, velvety feeling powder kind of feel pretty quick. So it's kind of interesting. I think there's 19 grams in here. What else? What else do I have to compare that to? Fenty Cream Bronzer is 6.23 grams. So this is like 3 times as much as the Fenty Cream Bronzer as far as like weight. This was $38. So it's not, I mean, it's not inexpensive, but it's not that bad for how much product that you're getting. So I'm using the e.l.f. Airbrush Stipple, which is like one of my favorite things for creams. And I'm just going to put this on. And see, it just, I think it blends in so easy and so quick, which is just, I mean, that's what you want, but it doesn't mess with anything underneath it. It just kind of, it's beautiful. I really like NARS products, and I try a lot of their stuff. So there's a part of it that's like, yeah, of course you like it because you just like NARS stuff, and that's accurate. But I still, even as someone who really, really likes NARS products, I admit that they release a lot of stuff that's just them releasing kind of the same things over and over again. I acknowledge that that's part of what they do. But the other thing that NARS does that's kind of cool and kind of infuriating is they will frequently, in these limited edition seasonal collections, release new formulas. And I have a feeling, with absolutely like no insight whatsoever, that they do it on purpose to test out a new formula concept and be like, is this something people like? And then decide to do more with it later if it ends up being something that like is really special. Because they've released like quite a few glowy bases or cream liquid highlight things in various forms, and so to see them sort of go, okay, like, is this highlight formula the one people rave about? Is this highlight formula the one people rave about? And you can kind of see it in the highlights that they released. I can't remember the name of the formula, but I know that one of the popular shades is Fort de France. That formula came out first in a seasonal collection. And of course they like didn't really call it out, but if you try all their stuff, and I try most of their stuff, it is like apparent that that is not like the first time that they released it as a permanent part of their range, is not the first time they released it. So I don't know what they'll end up doing with this bronzing cream, because again, I don't know NARS. They don't know anything about me, so this is just me making some assumptions as someone who's purchased a lot of their products in the past. But do you see how nice that is? I think it's such a good product. And then, so this is not new to the market, but it's new to me. This is the Westman Atelier, what do they call this? Super Loaded Tinted Highlight in the shade Peau de Peche. So I've wanted to try this for a long time, but it's crazy expensive. It's like $75. So it's been really hard to justify. It comes in this little faux leather pouch, and then when you pull it out, it's this super sleek, heavy little compact. And I got it because Bergdorf, someone, was doing 25% off and there was cash back. So it felt like the right time. So this is the shade Peau de Peche. I haven't used this yet. It's supposed to be like highlight, blush, all in one. We'll see. I'm a little scared because if I hate it, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I hope I don't hate it. And I don't know what brush to use. I kind of want to reuse this e.l.f. one because I do really like this brush for most cream products. Here it goes. So it's supposed to be kind of blushy, kind of highlighting. So we'll see if I need to add on either of those things. It is picking up on this brush, so that's good. Let's see. Okay, I think I need a denser brush. This is the Milk Sephora foundation brush, but it's fine. It's just sort of dense. So again, it's picked up. I don't know. How much do I need to put on to like feel it? I use my hands. Ooh, okay. This is the Smashbox where you cream blush or something. Let's try this one. I really like this brush too. Got here already. I don't know. I'm starting to see it like on my face, and that part's nice. Okay, so without, like, you can definitely see it's giving a little bit of like a pinky peachy glow, but it's not, I don't know what I was expecting. I thought maybe it would be more reflective. That's the swatch. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna dab it on with, I just put my swatch hand down on my pants, and they're not my pants. I also think that I may not be able to catch the light for myself in my own mirror the way that I want to, because it's definitely glowy. Okay, it's definitely glowy. I still think I would need a highlight for me to like kind of lift right here, the way that I like my makeup to do, but I definitely am getting like the blushiness from it, and then it acts like a glowy blush for me, which is fine. That's a good thing. I just didn't know what to expect, and so I was going into it not knowing what to expect, obviously. Okay. And the funny thing is I kind of expected this to be more highlighty than blushy, and so I did grab cream blush to layer, but I didn't grab a highlight to layer. So I may have to do that. Now that I know what that is supposed to look like for me, I do like it. Okay, so let's just use Albatross. Here we are. See, I knew it would kind of clash a little with how peachy. But who cares? I don't really wear my makeup to be flattering. I wear it to enjoy putting it on. And just to be fun. Very glow. Glow on glow. Glow on glow on glow. There's cat hair in my eye. There is a cat in this room with me right now, and she's being very quiet. Very sleepy. Anyway, I'm just gonna finish up my brows real quick, whatever that means for me today. And then for eyes, this is the Glaminatrix U Beauty palette. Glaminatrix is an Australian indie brand, and this is an Australian themed eyeshadow palette, which I think is super cool. I'm gonna try to hide this giant mirror, but this is what the palette looks like on the inside. And so you can see there's like quite a bit of shifty shades here, which is really super neat. All the shade names are about Australia. They're like Australian phrases, and it even came with like a little phrase book cheat sheet thing. So I'm going to use this today. I just think it's a really, really pretty palette, and I like my face and base products from like I like luxury brands. I think that they do some really elegant formulations for stuff like that, especially because I do like my makeup to sit on my skin well. I mean, who doesn't? But like, I'm getting a little bit older. I have dry skin anyway, so some of the stuff that is a little bit thicker or heavier or whatever just doesn't sit on my skin that well. And then same with like blush. Like luxury brands really do blush well, and they have for a long time, so I really like that. And highlights, they can be really like elegant looking. But for eyeshadow, luxury brands do really like basic everyday eyeshadow palettes, and that's not bad. They're still in some ways interesting. The shimmers can be a little bit more like wet but not heavy and all of that. But when it comes to color stories, they're usually more muted. They're easy to wear. They're, you know, one and done kind of shadows, and that's not really my jam. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. And so for me, eyeshadows from indie brands is really like the exciting thing, because they do these really cool color stories. They go like all in on metallics and shimmers and duochromes and multi-chromes, and I love that. So for me, like, yeah, luxury base, but like indie eyes. And of course there's, you know, there's nuance there and stuff like that. But instead of going in with mattes first, and you can have your feelings about that, I'm going to go in, this is the Too Faced glitter glue. It's just what I have, so I've been using it up. I think that this, the shade Good Day, is really going to like pop on a glitter glue. It's not glittery, like it's not what we're talking about. It's just that glitter glues are so sticky that they can help those shades really build up quickly and be their best. And I want to see what it is at its best. I'm just see that? It's like having a sunset on your eye all at once. 'Cause it's just like, it's just so pretty. Right? Like it's so easy, but it's so dimensional and stunning. I know a lot of people are probably going to use this color as like a inner corner highlight, and I understand why, but look at it all over the lid. It's just like it's there and it's not. It's so pretty. This is why indie shadows are incredible. Okay, so that was the shade Good Day, and you can just see it. It's just, I want to keep piling it on and seeing what it does, but that's irrational. Okay. So now I'm going to take this sort of dusty blue color called Bloody Oath and see what this looks like with this color as the matte shade. Because this Good Day shade definitely has like a little bit of that dusty blue in it, which I think is why to me it says like I'm a sunset, because it has like kind of like the color of clouds in it. like a cloudy, hazy sunset sky. Maybe what I mean is like, it's not like the sunset, it's when the sun is setting and it's like dusk and twilight, and you guys don't care. But that's what it reminds me of. I really like this matte shade. I think it's a really pretty color, and it's not something that I have represented very much in my collection. See how pretty that is? And it is still such a, like, this is a 2 eyeshadow look, but comparing to like the Tom Ford quads I have, which are just like, I don't know, basic, this is just different. And then I'm gonna take that sort of dusty purple lavender color and just put it here and see what happens. See, I'm gonna add, there's that darker blue Fair Dinkum. I'm just gonna build a little bit of that right here in the outer V and give like the tiniest bit of depth there. I'm not really needing a lot of depth from this right now. That's not what I want, because I do sort of like this soft look that I got. I'm gonna take more of Bloody Oath and just put that here and blend that lighter blue out. See, that's so nice. I wonder if that lavender shimmer is enough, light enough. I think that would work for inner corner. Let's try it. Yeah. So I like to bring my inner corner, like if I do an inner corner highlight, I like to bring it up a little there, because I just think with my eye shape and where like my eyes have depth, it helps. So that's why I do that. It's on purpose. Lower lash line, I'm gonna bring that same Bloody Oath light blue and just do this. And then I'm gonna go in with that Fair Dinkum color, the darker blue. Bring just a little bit of that purple down here where it's gonna make my eye water, probably. I don't even know if I like this, but I like it, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye. I'm back. Do the sides match? I hope so. I think they kind of do. So I finished my eyes and I used this Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Purty from the Bambi collection. And then my mascara is the Hourglass Unlocked mascara. This one's okay. It's a tubing mascara, which I don't normally use, and I liked it because in the beginning it didn't flake because it forms tubes. It has started to flake on me if I wear it for like a long day, so I think it's starting to get done, and so I'm just trying to use it consistently so that it is done. And then for lips, I don't really have a lot of new lip products, and the ones that I do have that are new just aren't gonna go with this look because they're very warm. Anyway, so this is the Kylie lip liner in Bare. This is hella old, and this is just it's like a very my lips color, so it's not really anything special. So we have a defined lip line, and it's sort of like a cooler neutral whatever, which I think works with like the cheek. But then I'm going to top it off with this Chanel gloss, Rouge Coco Gloss in 804, which is actually pretty sheer. I love this gloss so much. I think that's everything. That's the finished look. I hope you liked it. And got to see some new products. I think that, let's look up close again to the foundation and see how it sort of settled with all of the other products. I think it looks nice now. Like, I can still see my forehead lines, but like I said, I think that might just be the stage of my life I'm in now. So it's fine. I don't think it looks as heavy as it did before, so I think it kind of settled in well, and it definitely like let the cream products that I wanted to use on top of it work really nicely. And then this new Glaminatrix palette is beautiful. I think it's definitely worth it. It's a unique color story with some pretty stunning shades in it. And yeah, overall, I think this look came out really nice.